In the news tonight, family lawyer calls Adriana Young's death a homicide. Jagdeo warns against politicization.
A mediocre lawyer at best, not a prominent lawyer, suddenly can pronounce that the death is a result of a homicide without any investigation.
And global prayer movement, hope is rising to unite 50 nations in solidarity with Guyana.
But now we understand the circumstances. Guyana is in a moment of grief, pain, and we send our condolences to the Young family and to the father and mother and the grieving relatives. We're here to pray and lift up that family.
Calls for justice in the death of Adriana Young continue to echo across Guyana as public demands for a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding her death intensify. At his weekly press conference Thursday, Vice President Barra Jagdeo specifically took aim at Dexter Todd, the attorney representing the Young's family, who recently described her death as a homicide in a social media post.
A lawyer, a mediocre lawyer at best, not a prominent lawyer, suddenly can pronounce that the death is a result of a homicide without any investigation, without any... I can't imagine that and people would allow themselves to believe this stupidity, because they are looking for something to hang on to. And why are they looking to polarize our people? Because they cannot go to the electorate with achievements or plans. They're not going to talk about jobs for people in the future, or whether you would own a car or you're going to own a house, which we are talking about. We want people to own things, to have a better education, to have a better health care.
According to Jagdeo, unfortunately, some politicians are using Young's death for political mileage.
The president promised a thorough investigation. We brought in the pathologists, their own pathologists, prominent person, all concluded the same thing. They were witnessed by their lawyer and the doctor. And then they turned, because the family lawyer and the family doctor came out and spoke professionally about what took place there. They turned on them because they are looking, and these are the trolls and the PNC people. That's all they're looking for. You can say nothing that will satisfy them. Not a single thing would be able to do. You can bring anybody in the world, 100,000 persons, to investigate the matter. And if they conclude, if they don't have a conclusion that they want to hear to polarize the country, they would not believe. This is what's turning into a fiasco and dishonoring this child, using her politically. Now, we all were concerned about it as a country, every one of us. That's why we took no other child or any other death has been investigated at this manner, like in the autopsy, from the autopsy perspective, ever in the history of our country, because we wanted to get to the truth. And now you saw there would be another person will join the team from the RCMP, will join the investigation team. The Ministry of Home Affairs announced that today from Canada will join the investigation team. If you look at the CV of the person, experience in this matter, an investigation, and we hope that we'll find the truth, whether it was through negligence that this child died or foul play. That's all we're looking for. That's what we want, so that we can bring this matter to a closure and do justice to the child and her parents.
Young vanished during a family outing at the Doubleday Hotel in Tushan on the east bank of Essequibo. Despite extensive searches of the hotel and its swimming pool, the child remained missing until her body surfaced in the same pool nearly 20 hours later, to the shock and anger of her family and residents. An autopsy conducted by 3 independent pathologists concluded that Young died from drowning, though questions remain about how her body went undetected for such a long period in a pool that had already been searched.
Extra lime, lemon, and you will agree. Extra lemon and lime, it's the two combined. It's one of a kind. Extra lemon and lime. And when we drink it, drink extra. And when we drink it, drink extra. When we drink it, drink extra. Hey, well if you're in the party or line, I don't like it from the first time. When you see the two, they combine. It's a drink and taste, you will never decline. Extra lemon and lime, it's the two combined. Extra lemon and lime. Extra lemon and lime. Taste the citrus in every sip.
Running late and can't wait to the gate? We got you. The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited has introduced a fast and easier way to make payments to your accounts through the GT&T mobile money services. Here's how. Click on the MMG app. Under Services, select Pay Bills. When you are there, look for the Financial Institution option. Once that is done, select Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited to pay your loan or make payments to your savings. Payments to the credit union made easier. GPSCCU, the credit union you can bank on.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Where to apply for registration? You are required to visit the GCOM registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons in your area of residence to apply for registration. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 12 and 13 to 16 hours 30. Friday, 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at another address since you were registered. This registration exercise will end on May 30, 2025. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Beginning at 12 a.m. Friday, May 9th, 50 countries across the globe will join Guyana in 24 hours of prayer and reflection under the theme Hope is Rising, an international spiritual movement calling for unity, peace, and healing. The global initiative comes as the nation reels from the tragic and mysterious death of 11-year-old Adriana Young, whose body was discovered at the Doubleday Hotel in Tushan on the east bank of Essequibo. Her death has sparked grief, outrage, and growing demands for answers. Pastor Joe Posada, the U.S.-based Guyanese religious leader who is spearheading the event, said Hope is Rising is more than a slogan. It's a collective prayer for Guyana's healing.
People were asking, after the Adriana Young death, did you plan this? How is it being planned at such a time like this when the nation needs prayers? Because this is not a concert, this is a call for prayers for the nation. And we said, we had no idea that all of this would be transpiring in the nation while Hope is Rising in January started making concrete plans for May the 9th. And when God spoke to us, he says, you'll do this event May the 9th, not 1 day earlier, not 1 day later, May the 9th. So this has to be of God. We didn't know why it was that. But now we understand the circumstances. Guyana is in a moment of grief, pain, and we send our condolences to the Young family and to the father and mother and the grieving relatives. We're here to pray and lift up that family. And so we came here in the name of God for the peace of the nation of Guyana, We want people to know, if you look at the flanks of the people even here and what will be represented tomorrow, every nation, every region, it's a call for prayer, worship, and we're going to make some, not me only, but leaders from the Baptists, the Assemblies of God, the Full Gospel, the Nazarene, at least we invited them. Whether they come, it's up to them. But we want them to come and let the people see them. They're leaders here. This is going to be a national platform tomorrow. Let the leaders know it's not Pastor Joe. As a matter of fact, I may slip out and not speak at all. It's about them. I want them to lead a moment of unity, a moment of peace for this country. But put aside all their accolades, all our titles, you know, all our bishops and apostles and all the fancy titles. We need to go back when I was growing up in church. Hello, brother. Hello, sister. Nowadays, I don't know if we can call people brothers and sisters anymore. It seems like everyone's got a huge title. And you should call me brother or Joe. I'm fine with that. Because when we get to heaven, it's not about what title you have. It's about whether you're washed in the blood of the Lamb and whether you carry a spirit of Christ on you and a spirit of unity and love.
Whenever something bad happens, that nature that comes from nature, it does not respect your address more than anyone else's address. It neutralizes everything. And in the midst of that, a just God sends the rain both on the just and the unjust.
We from Caribbean Transformation International Network, we have aligned ourselves with Hope is Rising, and we also believe that this is just the beginning of what God is about to do in the region.
For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.